Hello everybody, it's Bree Stedman again here. After yesterday's talk, I actually had a girl message me and ask me how she can cope with overwhelm, because in my experience 9 out of 10 women struggle with feeling overwhelmed. So a little bit of background story. This particular lady is a mum. She's got 2 kids. She works in a high pressure, intense job that never ever ends. She's always running from one thing to the next, and her head is always busy. Now, I'm going to bet that you can probably relate to some of that busyness, because modern life has us constantly running from one job, one role to the next, always. And it's very easy to get caught up in what's going on in the exterior world that you're living in, and then processing that in ways that just cloud your head, cloud your judgment, cause you to feel overwhelmed. And I kind of look at it as, I said to a lady this morning who I met at lunchtime, as an emotional fog. An emotional fog is created when there is so much going on, both internally and externally, that you can't see your way out of it, and as a result you feel overwhelmed all of the time. And so my advice for you is, when you start to recognize that you feel overwhelmed, is firstly put down the stick, stop beating yourself up, and recognize that feeling overwhelmed from time to time is normal. It's something that you're going to go through, because we are constantly running, and very rarely do we actually give ourselves time to breathe without beating ourselves up as a result of it. So if you recognize that you're feeling overwhelmed, please take a deep breath and put your stick down. It's okay. You are doing an incredible job. So what are some practical ways that you can get through overwhelm? Knowing that long term, for you to address a sense of overwhelm at your core long term, you firstly need to become aware of the fact that neurologically your sense of overwhelm is being fueled not only by your life experiences of today, but it's also being charged by all of the times that you felt overwhelmed in the past. So your emotional, your overwhelm is being charged by every other time that you have felt overwhelmed in the past. The way that your head-heart connection works is that when you feel overwhelmed once, it locks it in, it stores it for later, and then it will consistently throw it back up at every other time that you feel overwhelmed. So knowing that, you know that your overwhelm today is being fueled by overwhelm from yesterday and all of the days beforehand, so you are naturally blowing it out into be a bigger deal than what it really is. You're not doing it on purpose, it's just what's happening. So be aware of that first and foremost, and like I said, put your stick down. Secondly, know that your sense of overwhelm is also something that is passed on genetically. We know for a fact that up to 7 generations of emotional baggage, such as overwhelm, anxiety and stress, are passed from one ancestor to the next for 7 generations back on both sides of your family. So what you are feeling right now is linked to a hell of a lot more than just today's experiences. So be aware that it's a lot deeper than what you think it is, and as a result of that, be easy on yourself. Now, knowing that, there are some things that you can consciously do to pull yourself away from overwhelm. So if you are finding that you're getting overwhelmed, particularly if you're in a situation where, say, you're at work and you know that you need to have a clearer headspace to get the tasks done that you need to get done, then what I would suggest you do is firstly stand up, take a step away from your desk, and give yourself a little bit of perspective. That standing up, that moving away from the space, is taking you out of that tunnel vision that is fueling your sense of overwhelm, and it's physically giving you the ability to see the situation from a different perspective. So stand up. If it helps you to turn around, turn your back to your desk for a little bit, and then turn back around again and look at it as the whole picture. Once you've done that, take a breath, feel some space create in your head, and activate your parasympathetic nervous system by going into peripheral vision. So the best way to do this, particularly if you're in a busy office or if there are people around, is while you're standing up away from your desk, just become aware of the noises that are behind you. Become aware of something that might be happening to you over at the right of you and something that's happening over at the left of you. And while focusing straight ahead, just become aware of what is maybe a meter to either side of one object right in front of you. See those things while still focusing on the object in front of you. So while I'm looking at you at the moment, I'm looking at my video camera. Beyond the video camera, I can see the lake. To the right of me, I can see that my car door is open. And to the left of me, I can see the mirror on my left-hand door. Okay, so I'm seeing the whole picture, and I'm still looking at you in the mirror, in the camera. I can also hear some birds squawking. Can you hear them? It sounds very pretty. And I can hear a little bit of traffic over at the bridge way over there. So I've activated my parasympathetic nervous system by activating all of my senses. I'm hearing and I'm seeing and I'm smelling things outside of the tunnel. That is going to instantly calm your thoughts down and create clarity within your head. So when you then go to look back at your desk, you're going to see it from a different point of view. You can take a breath and go, right, what is actually going on right now? I'm trying to do 5 things when I can only have the physical ability to do 1. What is the one thing that I have to do right this instant? Let's just get that one thing done, and then we'll work on the next thing next. Quite often, overwhelm comes because you're trying to do too many things at once, and you are creating a story in your head that jumbles it all up. So, to recap, if you're feeling overwhelmed right now, I want you to stand up, take a step back, pay attention to what's either side of your workspace or your lounge room space, wherever you're at. Pay attention to the entire room. Have a listen to things behind you. Have a smell. Are there smells in the air that you didn't even acknowledge before? Now look back at your desk. What is the one thing that you need to do right now to take you one step closer to finishing that list of tasks that you need to get done? If you feel that you're constantly in a state of overwhelm, then an emotional detox will help you to address it at your core. Using your female brain, using what we know about epigenetics, it will help you to create clarity out of everyday situations instead of going into that natural state of overwhelm. So, have a sensational day. As soon as you find that you're in overwhelm, remember to step away. And if you want more strategies or more tips on how to address overwhelm, then I will link 2 URLs to 2 programs that I've created. One is a PDF that is designed about procrastination and overwhelmed. Is procrastination the devil on your shoulder? And remember, procrastination and overwhelm pretty much go hand in hand. Overwhelm feeds procrastination feeds overwhelm. So when we address one, we address both. And the other one is a 4-part video series that I've created to give you even more insight and more strategies on how to deal with both overwhelm and procrastination, and that's called Kick Procrastination to the Curb. So I will link both of those URLs into the comments section down below. Feel free to jump on board, register for them, and remember that all the information that I give you included in both of these freebies for you is only as good as the amount of times that you actually use it. So you can decide to stay stuck in overwhelm and feel sorry for yourself because you do have so much to do, or you can take your power back and go, right, what can I actually do to create some space and clarity on what's going on right now, because it is your choice. Have a brilliant afternoon. Love, respect, kindness, gratitude, respect, everything else to you all. Love you bits. And I will be talking to you very soon. Have a good one.